Benjamin D'Souza here, the Yaochuan Emperor, and I'm back with another vid. This vid is really inspired by a culmination of vids, tapes, and podcasts that has been circulating YouTube over the past week. I've really been meaning to make this vid for probably a week or so. I just ain't gotten around to it because of the nature of it. I really can't just go off the head with it. Some of my videos I just, I step in the booth and I want to take that shit like Jay-Z. You know what I'm talking about? But the severity of this vid, I really can't do that. I gotta have some references and this, that, and the third. You feel me? But it's really this vid is really talking about the state of the black community, but in particular the black woman. Not only the black woman, but in by proxy the black man as well. But not to get too spiritual or spooky and whatnot, but I have a passage from the Bible that really, in my opinion, as far as I see it, really speaks to the heart of the matter as it pertains to black folks here in America. It's really a metaphor, and it is Jeremiah 51 verse 49 through 51, and it goes, "As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your heart, come into your mind." Now, like I said earlier, this vid is inspired by some podcasts has been on YouTube over the past week. In particular, really is even though this subject was on my mind before this podcast dropped, this podcast really confirmed that I need to go in on this and speak on this. It was the Obsidian Media Network's podcast pertaining to the black abortion. And like it says in the book of Jeremiah, Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall. In other words, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. So in other words, is essentially saying in other translations, Babylon must fall, her slain is a mighty throng. And you'll see in the Bible many a times they'll refer to Babylon as a female, the whore of Babylon or Babylon. They'll say she, this, that, and the third or whatever. And when you really compare this sentence, this passage from the Bible, and you compare it to the black abortion rate, I'm talking about 20 million. Imagine, we 40-something million right now? Imagine if we had 20 million. And I remember the thinking man Templar, he really threw a monkey wrench in the convo when he said, now imagine each one of those babies had 2 more people. You feel me? So we talking, by this time, the grandchildren of those aborted babies, we talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 million up. We could be 100, 120 million deep in this country right now. Had this plague not swept through like it did. Yeah. Our numbers could be we could be a force to be reckoned with on various levels, especially economical, because more people, more dollars, more spending power. But it also, and also as it pertains to what's going on in the black manosphere as far as the MGTOW, IBMOR, SYSBM, and the EBM. When I read this part, those philosophies really came to mind. It says, "Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your heart." That is in my opinion, that is a metaphor for SYSBM, Save Yourself, or EBM, Escape Black Man. And it's saying, remember Jerusalem from afar. Remember the Lord from afar, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. It's like a lot of people want to coin us as self-hating, or we really hate the black woman, or we hate the black community. Nah, man. Nah. Au contraire, mon frere. We really love the black community. We really love black people. We really love the black woman. That's why we're making vids and speaking up on this shit. Because we see that this shit is bullshit, and we speaking up on it. But as that passage says, it says, if you have escaped the sword, go away. Save yourself, black man. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. Now, in the Bible, it speaks on how Jerusalem is, not only is it a city, but it's a metaphor for a group of people, or a community, if you will. Because even when the children of Israel wasn't in Jerusalem, they still spoke of Jerusalem. Jerusalem was like, the name of the community. You feel me? So it's basically saying, listen, remember the Lord from afar. So you gotta essentially distance yourself from the bullshit and the fuckery that's going on in the community. And it says, let Jerusalem come to mind. You feel me? But yeah. Now verse 51, this really excuse me. This really spoke to me on some levels, and I'll get into that in a minute. Let me go ahead and read it to you. Verse 51 says, "We are confounded because we have heard reproach." Let me interject real quick. Niggas ain't shit, anyone? Continuing. "Shame hath covered our faces, for the strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house." Foreigners setting up shop in the black community. Anyone? Yeah. I don't know if it's prophetic. I don't know if these few verses are prophetic as far as it pertains to black people. But there are some eerie correlations as far as I see. But yeah, shame have covered our faces, man. Folks been talking shit about us for a long time, and I'm not just talking about the whole community. I'm talking about the black men. Folk been talking cash shit about us for quite some time, and the largest faction, the biggest mouthpieces on the shit talking campaign has been none other than the black woman. Niggas ain't shit, anyone? Yeah. But this just a quick little vid, man. I just want to. It was probably some more shit that I wanted to speak on, but it's not coming to mind right now. If it does, I'll go ahead and make a part two. Probably might start a series off of this. So I don't even know what I'm gonna name the series, but I'll come up with something. But yeah, though, this is Benjamin D'Souza, the Yautruan Emperor. Like, share, and subscribe. You can contact me at onepeople, one nation, one destiny at gmail.com.